In Luke 15, Jesus presents a trilogy of parables that echo one central theme: God's relentless love for the lost and heaven's joy when they are found. These parables of the lost sheep, the lost coin, and the lost son are not merely moral lessons but vivid pictures of the Father's heart. They are Jesus' response to judgmental murmurs of the Pharisees, who were scandalized that he welcomed sinners and ate with them. They drew near to him, tax collectors, outcasts, and sinners. Their hearts were heavy with guilt, yet strangely hopeful. They had heard of this teacher, Jesus of Nazareth, who spoke with authority and healed with compassion. He welcomed the unworthy and dined with the despised. But not everyone was pleased. The Pharisees and the teachers of the law looked on frowning. They whispered among themselves, "This man welcomes sinners and eats with them." In their eyes, holiness meant separation, but in Jesus, it meant restoration. And so, Jesus spoke not in direct argument, but in stories. And the first parable is simple yet profound of the lost sheep. A shepherd had 100 sheep. One goes missing. By worldly standards, losing one out of 100 might seem an acceptable loss, but not for this shepherd. He left the 99 and searches until he found the one lost sheep. And when he found it, he rejoices, not with quiet satisfaction, but with public celebration. He calls his friends and neighbors and says, "Rejoice with me because I have found my lost sheep." This is a portrait of Jesus himself. He is the good shepherd, and every lost soul matters to him. He does not weigh the value of one against the 99. Instead, he affirms the immeasurable worth of each individual. Jesus concludes here: there will be more rejoicing in heaven over one sinner who repents than over 99 righteous persons who do not need to repent. This is not a dismissal of righteousness, but a revelation of divine joy. God delights in redemption. The second parable was the woman's determination, the lost coin. Jesus tells of a woman with 10 silver coins, each likely representing a significant portion of her life savings. When she loses one, she doesn't shrug it off. Instead, she lights a lamp to the house and searches carefully until she finds it. And when she found it, like the shepherd, she rejoices with her friends and neighbors in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner who repents. The point is unmistakable. Heaven celebrates every time someone turns back to God. The woman's diligence reflects the Spirit's work in the world, relentless, patient, and precise in pursuit of the lost. And the third and last parable is of the lost son. The climax of the chapter is the parable of the prodigal son, a deeply emotional and layered narrative. There was a man who had two sons. A younger son demands his inheritance and wants to leave the house. But the father did not want to do that. But the son takes the wealth and travels far from home, squandering it on reckless living. And when famine strikes, he longed to fill his stomach with the pods that the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. He only had to survive on the pig's food. Then comes a turning point. He came to his senses. Desperation breaks pride. He thought to return to his home and repent to his father. Thought to return home not as a son but as a servant. He thought to say to his father, "Father, I have sinned against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants, and I will work for you as a servant." Yet, before he reaches the house, his father sees him, because the father had been watching for him from so long. He runs to his son, embracing him with tears and kisses him. But as the son begins to say anything, the father interrupts. Quick, he commands. Bring the best robe, a ring, and sandals, and kill the fattened calf. Let us celebrate. This is no reluctant welcome. It is full of restoration. The robe covers his shame, the ring restores his status, and the sandals declares him son, not a servant. The father proclaims, the son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. The celebration begins, echoing the joy of heaven spoken of in the earlier parables. Yet the parable does not end with the celebration. Here the elder son enters, dutiful, obedient, but distant. When he hears music and dancing, he is not drawn to the joy, he is offended by it. His father comes out and pleads with him, but he refuses to join the feast. The elder son said to his father, unleashes years of bitterness. I have slaved for you and never disobeyed. Yet you never gave me a goat to celebrate with my friends. But the son of yours left you with his inheritance and you celebrating for him. The father answers with gentle correction. My son, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate because your brother was dead and is alive again. This moment is a mirror held up to the Pharisees. Like the elder brother, they obeyed outwardly but failed to grasp the Father's heart. They see grace as unfair. Luke 15 is not about sheep, coins, or even sons. It is about a heart of God, a heart that seeks, a heart that waits, a heart that erupts. Whenever a soul repents and returns, God is not passive in our wandering, He is active in our return. These parables are not simply stories to admire, they are calls to actions. If you are lost, come home. The Father waits with open arms. If you are the elder brother, come inside. Rejoice in grace, not just your own, but also in what is offered to others. There is a room at the table for all the broken, the bitter, the bold, and the bewildered. The only requirement is a heart willing to come back. And when we do, heavens erupts with joy, for we were lost and now are found.